Fort Worth and the western side of DFW are about to go through one of the biggest growth spurts the city has ever seen. People talk a lot about Dallas and the northern suburbs, which I did last week, but Fort Worth has its own wave of massive projects, new districts, entertainment venues, and suburban developments that are all hitting around 2025 and next year in 2026. And honestly, the energy shift happening in places like Alliance, Northlake, and near downtown Fort Worth is something you're going to notice almost immediately. Today, I'm walking you through the biggest things coming to Fort Worth and the surrounding suburbs just next year. These are the developments that will actually change the way people live, work, eat, and hang out. No filler, no recycled talking points, just the real, meaningful transformations shaping the west side of the metro. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Now, the Fort Worth Stockyards have already seen a huge revival over the last few years, but in 2026, you're going to see the next phase of that transformation. New hotel projects, upgraded entertainment spaces, and additional retail and dining are extending the Stockyards further north and east. One of the most anticipated additions is the expansion of Mule Alley. The first phase brought in incredible restaurants, bars, and the Hotel Drover. And let me tell you, I just did a staycation at the Hotel Drover last week. It's technically the second time in the last year my wife and I have done a staycation at the Hotel Drover. It is more than likely probably our top hotel. I think this last year have stayed in Bora Bora, we've stayed in Aspen, Colorado, and we've gone all over the world. And having an incredible resort just 30 minutes away from our house is a great option to have. Now, developers are pushing into more boutique shop, chef-driven concepts, and new nightlife that blends historic Western culture with modern tourism. And by 2026, the Stockyards will feel even bigger, more polished, and more capable of hosting large events and festivals throughout the year. Now, another major project arriving in phases is the new Fort Worth Convention Center master plan. Now, while parts of this project are already underway, 2026 is when you'll really start to see the area take shape with new infrastructure, upgraded plazas, and improved access around the edges of downtown. Now, the city is redesigning the entire district to be more walkable and more event-friendly. That includes wider sidewalks, improved lighting, and space carved out for hotel and retail development. And although the full build-out will continue beyond 2026, the next 2 years will bring many visible milestones, including the reconfigured Commerce Street corridor and early pieces of the new hotel and mixed-use zones. All of this makes downtown Fort Worth far more competitive for conferences and major conventions, especially in the year leading up to the 2026 World Cup, where traffic is definitely going to be spilling across the metro. Now, Panther Island is one of the largest urban redevelopment projects in the country. And while the full project will take years, 2026 is the year people will finally begin to feel the shift. The infrastructure work, the bridges, the bypass channel, the flood control pieces, all of those have laid the groundwork for development to start rising. By 26, several parcels along the Trinity River should be entering the early vertical phases. With mixed-use proposals, walkable riverfront plans, and new residential buildings starting construction, you'll also see trails expanding, new waterfront connections, and early public spaces that signal what Panther Island is going to become. Now, when it's fully built out, Panther Island will be like a blend of Austin's Rainy Street District, San Antonio's Riverwalk, and Oklahoma City's Bricktown, but with its own Fort Worth flavor. 2026 is the beginning of that identity taking shape. Now, one of the biggest economic drivers hitting downtown Fort Worth in 2025 and 2026 is the Texas A&M expansion. Texas A&M is investing heavily in its new Fort Worth campus, including a major research center, an anchor academic tower, and a corporate partnership building that will house innovation labs and industry collaborations. Now, by 2026, the first major buildings will be complete or nearing completion, bringing a steady stream of students, professionals, researchers, and business partnerships into the city of Fort Worth. Now, this project alone is going to reshape the south end of downtown and add enormous long-term value to Fort Worth's business ecosystem. It's the kind of institutional investment that attracts biotech, fintech, engineering, and emerging tech companies. So this isn't just a school, it's an engine for future jobs. But now let's go ahead and move north, because Alliance is becoming one of the most important suburban employment and entertainment centers in the entire state of Texas. Now, the area surrounding Alliance Town Center has continued to grow with new hotels, new restaurants, medical facilities, and outdoor entertainment spaces. And in 2026, you're going to continue to see a wave of new retail and dining options, filling in the remaining developmental paths and creating creating a more complete lifestyle district. Now, companies are going to continue to move their regional offices into the Alliance Corridor, with new logistics, aviation, and tech facilities already expanding throughout the area. Now, with nonstop job growth, Alliance is attracting new housing developments and master plan communities built specifically around young professionals who work there. By 2026, Alliance will feel much more like a self-sustaining city within a city itself. Now, Northlake is one of the fastest growing pockets in all of Denton County, and it sits right in the path of development between Fort Worth, Denton, and the Alliance region. Now, after the success of the Tanger outlets, the area is now adding new restaurants, entertainment concepts, and suburban mixed-use projects that create a true town center feel. Next year, you're going to see major retail expansions, new grocery anchors, and additional residential projects, including some large build-to-rent communities designed for people who want a low-maintenance suburban lifestyle. And as more companies move into the I-35 and Highway 114 corridors, Northlake is becoming a strategic location for families and commuters alone. It's one of those suburbs that barely existed a decade ago and is now becoming a small city of its own. Now, Roanoke is already known as the unique dining capital of Texas, and in 2026, the area is adding even more restaurant concepts and boutique entertainment options. New chef-driven restaurants, expanded patio spaces, and upgraded public areas are all coming to its downtown corridor. Roanoke has this great balance of small-town charm and high-quality dining, and as more families move into the nearby Trophy Club, Northlake, Keller, Southlake region, the city is leaning hard into its food-forward identity. Next year will bring new openings, expansions to the pedestrian zones, and additional event programming to keep the area lively year-round. Now, one of the most impressive suburban master plan communities in North Texas is Walsh, located just west of Fort Worth. Now, by 2026, Walsh will have expanded significantly with new neighborhoods, more community amenities, and additional retail offerings beginning to take shape. Walsh is unique because it balances natural landscape with high-end architectural design and technology infrastructure. Now, the community has maker spaces, schools, fitness facilities, pools, parks, and miles of trails. And it's continuing to build out a town center that will eventually include shops, restaurants, and office space. And by next year itself, Walsh will feel less like a new development and more like a fully formed small town. Now, while the city already has world-class museums in the cultural district, 2026 will bring new performance spaces, updated galleries, and expanded programs across the Kimball, the Modern, and the National Cowgirl Museum. The Fort Worth Botanical Garden and BRIT, or Botanical Research Institute of Texas, are adding new improvements, and the Will Rogers Complex continues upgrading facilities to handle more national-level shows and livestock events. And culturally, of course, Fort Worth is leaning into what makes the city unique. Its Western heritage, its art scene, and the position it has as one of the most authentic big cities in the entire United States. Now, to wrap things up, let's go ahead and talk about the rapid suburban growth happening around Fort Worth. Now, Keller is seeing new commercial development along major corridors. Hazlitt itself continues adding new housing subdivisions and will see more retail space take shape in 2026, as well as its population continuing to expand. Azle and the Eagle Mountain Lake area are becoming hot relocation spots for people who want more land, lake access, and the ability to stay close to Fort Worth without sacrificing space. And these suburbs may not get the flashy headlines, but they're absorbing thousands of new residents each year, adding schools, improving roads, and developing new community centers that make the west side of DFW, as well as the north side, incredibly livable. Now, when you take a step back and look at everything happening, it's clear that Fort Worth and the surrounding suburbs are entering a new era. Downtown is becoming more modern and more connected. Panther Island is laying the groundwork for a future waterfront district unlike anything else in North Texas, and the Stockyards are leveling up, of course, once again. Alliance and Northlake are becoming economic powerhouses, and the outer suburbs from Roanoke to Walsh are developing into some of the most desirable places to live in the region. By next year, Fort Worth will feel bigger, bolder, and more fully realized than ever before. It still will have that signature Fort Worth attitude and authenticity, friendly, and a little bit more relaxed than Dallas, but with a whole new layer of growth and sophistication that makes it one of the most exciting places to watch in Texas. Now, if you enjoyed this breakdown, let me know in the comments down below which project or suburb or city you want me to cover next. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to this channel for more DFW updates, and stick around. I'll keep you posted as these developments get closer to opening.